It's the Andrew and Noel Show. Great to have you back again here as we are talking once again with Annie and Misty here from the Chautauqua County Department of Mental Hygiene and our Mental Health Minute here on the show. We're so happy. We got some great response
I know.
From the last one. Some people really happy, and they actually learned a thing or two, which is part of the goal. So I already feel good about doing that.
I'm very happy that we're doing this, and that I'm so glad that you guys are back here with us today.
We didn't scare them away.
Yes, we're happy to be here.
All right, so if anybody, by the way, misses any of our interviews, they are on our Facebook. There's links there to our YouTube channel, on our website.
The Chautauqua County Department of Mental Hygiene also has a Facebook page that you can check out some supplementary information there as well.
Cool. So, Misty, let's go to you this time. Let's kick it off. What are we talking about here, Matt?
MAT, it's medication-assisted therapy. And that's why we're here today, is we just really want to let the community know about all of the helpful programs that we have available out there.
So let's talk about MAT.
So MAT stands for medication-assisted treatment, and it is for individuals that are struggling with opiate addictions. I want to kind of dispel the myth that has to be specifically heroin. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of folks think, when they think opiate addiction, they automatically go to heroin, but that's not necessarily true. That can be any of the drugs that fall in the opiate category. It could be pills, it could be patches, it could be heroin, it could be any of that. So this type of treatment is really great at preventing people from having, overdoses and things like that. It's to get them off of the drugs safely. I think a lot of people are reluctant to stop using heroin because of the severe withdrawals that occur. So what this program does is it gives them a different medication, a safer medication alternative, such as Subutex or Suboxone, Methadone, Vivitrol, medications like that can safely get them off of the drugs that will kill them.
And I think another thing that, we were talking about dispelling the myth with opioid addiction and opioid treatment. If you see it in the movies, it's somebody that you need to go get help right now. You need to do this, but then they lock them in a room and they just let them sweat it out. And after 5 days, they're all of a sudden this magically happy person again, which isn't true. Medication alone, replacing the medication, is not going to solve the problem. These individuals need extensive support as well. And that's where the role of the counselor comes in, partner organizations in the community that provide those support services, attending meetings, things like that. I mean, this is
any addiction.
This
isn't just drugs and alcohol. This is overeating. This is depression. This is anxiety. This is family counseling. I mean, there isn't just a magic pill. And as much as we hope it gets developed someday, please, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And if that does happen, it means you're going to have no life afterwards. If you're going to be, excuse the word, doped up on a medication that's supposedly making you feel better, it takes time. You don't get over it. But when does it start being better for them?
And I wish I could give you a definitive answer on that. However, it varies per individual. I mean, there's a lot of factors to be considered in there. And I think it's also very important to note, as Annie mentioned earlier in a conversation, that relapse is actually part of recovery.
If you're just tuning into the Andrew and Noel Show, it's been the Mental Health Minute. Andrew, how are you doing today?
Are you, questioning me because of the Mental Health Minute?
You're just sulking over there.
I'm not sulking. You know what it is, Noel? Honestly, I feel bad because I know there's so many people out there that need this help, and I wish I could call each of one of them on the phone and have a cup of coffee with them and say, hey, I got two great people here who have ideas. You're not alone. And you can't help but feel bad to know that people are out there thinking that they're on their own.
Right. But here's the best part, that mental hygiene department no longer has to just have these ideas. They now have a grant. It's called the HRSA grant. And the next time that we come back with Misty and Annie, I want to talk to them about it because it's really great. It's part of the CARE initiative that was by County Executive George Borrello.
So it's relatively new.
Yes.
So this might be something that some of our listeners don't know a thing about.
Exactly. So let's help them out.
Okay. Sounds good. And also, Noel, this is not our first show. We have some past ones.
We do. And if you want to listen to them, because my mother wants to, she's a very avid listener.
She should, yeah.
You can go to our Facebook page. It's the Andrew and Noel Show, and get the supplementary information from the Chautauqua County Department of Mental Hygiene Facebook page as well.
Sounds great. Well, ladies, we'll see you next week.